And then we went straight in. I mean, the timing was impeccable. We have got ourselves, give ourselves a little bit of a pat on the back there. Went straight from 65 to Scream 6. So this is the one. This is the bigger out of the three that everyone's talking about.
Yeah.
And just to give you a little bit of insight, at the moment it is rated 7.4 out of 10 on IMDb, which is pretty impressive ratings, especially for a Scream film. 77% on Rotten Tomatoes. 4 survivors of the Ghostface murders leave Woodsboro behind for a fresh start in New York City. However, they soon find themselves in a fight for their lives when a new killer embarks on a bloody rampage. It is Scream 6. Now, let's be very clear on this. I'll kick us off on this one. You have to have watched, I personally believe, and I'm sure you agree, Cockney John, you have to have watched Scream 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 to really enjoy this and understand kind of what's going on. Now, I'm going to focus on the positives because, believe it or not, and I don't know whether 65 set the bar so low that anything, Norbit could have impressed me after 65. But Scream 6 there's a couple of things I really liked. One, I really liked that it was set in New York. I'm a big New York fan.
Yeah.
I've been there, loved it. I thought the fact that it was a different place, every Scream's pretty much been based in Woodsboro, hasn't it? So that was really cool. I thought that was, quite good. Secondly, the kills and the spills were decent. It was violent. It was
got a bit more gory now, haven't they?
It was gory, and it kind of felt like they were trying hard at making it very gory. Performance-wise, you had obviously the girl of the moment, Jenna Ortega, who everyone will know from Netflix's Wednesday, amongst a pretty decent cast. Apart from now, we don't like to insult anyone doing their job and hopefully doing a good job. And this actor in Scream 6, and many will know him. You know what I'm going to say here, don't you? Now, I think he is most well known for Julia Roberts' love interest in My Best Friend's Wedding. And it is the kind of, endlessly good-looking, forever good-looking, Dermot Mulroney, if that's how you say it. Dermot Mulroney.
Yeah.
59, fair play, he's looking great for 59.
Oh, he's looking good for 59.
He plays a policeman in Scream 6, and normally he doesn't stand out as like a bit of a wooden actor or a bit of a... But my days was his bits cringe painful, when he was on it. It was so horrible. I mean, again, no spoilers here. There's a clip there's a part of the film where the survivors are seeing a bit of a shrine to Ghostface. And the police officer's there, and out of nowhere, the camera just cuts to the policeman, Dermot Mulroney, and he just goes, "Whoa, you guys have been through so much." It was so, it felt like it was added in later. It was dubbed. It was horrendous. Yeah. There's no Neve Campbell. You could hang a
photo on him, couldn't you?
Yeah. There's no Neve Campbell for the first time.
No.
She was not in it. Obviously, if you've seen Scream 5, you'll know another of the main characters isn't in it. But Courtney Cox is in it. And Cockney John came out with the line.
Well, she looks like Ghostface. Like, she actually looks like Ghostface now. I mean, Courtney Cox was beautiful. She was stunning. She looks like she's wearing the Scream mask just in general. Yeah. And it was pretty sad. It was sad to see, to be honest. I think she should have stayed at home. Yeah,
I do agree. She was wasn't too great, but
and it's not about like looks. I'm not doing it on looks. I'm doing it. No,
you're talking about aging gracefully, aren't you?
Aging gracefully, and she hasn't. And my God, when you like have a candle that's sort of like been half burnt down, and the wax is just sort of hanging. Yeah, that's what it brought to mind.
Well, Courtney Cox is in it, and it's gone down really well in America. It's doing really well at the box office. I think it had the biggest opening of any Scream, which is very, very good effort.
Yeah.
And personally, I quite liked it. It was fun. I mean, there's only so much you can do. It's the 6th film. At the end of the day, there's only so many. What is it? What did I say? You can't flog a dead horse, or so many times you can flog a dead horse. It's okay. It was decent. I'd say, if you like the Scream films, 100% go and see it. If it's not your jam, I'd probably stay clear. I'm going to give it 3 Harry Stampers. I thought it was pretty good, but like I said, I could have been watching a Go Compare hour-and-a-half advert, and it would have been more exciting than 65. So Cockney John, Scream 6, what you saying?
Yeah, I mean, I think it's the Scream franchise has got a problem now, and that is that they're trying to make it for 2 different audiences. They're trying to make it for teenagers who were, what we were when Scream first came out. Me. And they're trying to make it, but they're also trying to make it for me today. And it doesn't work. And the two, they didn't mix well enough. It was too complicated. They tried to link all the other Scream films into it somehow. The reasoning behind the killer was just atrocious. It was like they just picked it out of a lucky dip. And then it was, I weren't feeling it. And I love what?
Just having in my head there that all the Scream actors are sat at home, and then Jeff Brazier knocks on the door like, someone's knocking at your door, somebody's ringing the bell. Like, guess what? You're going to be the killer in this one.
You're the killer. And it was, and I think they need to either stop Scream and just give it a complete reboot, or just call it something else and start a new horror franchise. Because what's happening at the moment, it happened with Halloween, it's happening with Scream, I think. They've run their course. You can't keep making teen horror films that relate back to stories from 20 years ago. It doesn't work, because the new audience aren't going to know who Billy Loomis is. But I do. But at the same time, I was like, why is Billy Loomis in this one? Why are we still talking about him?
Well, he was in the 5th one, wasn't he? And I think the 5th one did quite well, was warmly received, and then, they've gone and made 6. I enjoyed 6. I think we disagreed. You weren't a massive fan. So what are you rating 6 then?
No. 2.
2 Sandys. So the same as 65. Now, bear in mind, guys, we'd gone to the cinema here.